I'd like to welcome everybody along to our press conference for our show on the 11th of December at the Hilton Hotel in Gateshead. 6-fight card, some good bouts looking to be taking place on that. Got McCallum fighting a 10-rounder against Boris Crichton. Looks really interesting fight. Proper ding-dong, I think, both big strong lads. So looking forward to that fight as long as with all the others here. So as well, it's a pleasure as well to have Robbie on the show, making his debut. I felt sorry for the lad a couple of weeks ago. His debut fell through on another show. So I tried to help him out with Phil Jeffries and get him on ours, which we have done. So looking forward to Robbie making his debut. Now Robbie from the amateurs and some sparring that he's done with a few of my lads in here. Top young lad. I wish him all the best in his career. Great to have Jeff Saunders back out again. Great to have him on our show. Top talent, Jeff. I've followed him for a lot of years. Great kid. Really top talent in the North East with a big future. Glad to have him back out. Also great to have Mo Sears making his third appearance in the pro ranks. He's 2-0 at the moment. Really exciting fighter, big strong lad. Likes to come forward, so I dare say his opponent will be in for a tough night. Really pleased to have him on as well. Also from my camp, got Andy Simpson and Nathan Cummiskey as well. Andy's having his second fight for us. He had an absolutely tremendous debut on Phil Jeffries' show with us a few months ago. Got high praises on that debut. Nationally, not just in the North East, so well done Andy for that. Also Nathan is having his 6th bout for me. Absolutely fantastic young top talented kid. Nathan's one of the best trainers I've ever trained in my life. Great listener, he's coming on really well. Looking forward to Nathan's fight as well. He's in with a tough lad, so I dare say the kid will have to be tough with Nathan, like, as he's a come forward fighter. So hopefully that'll be a ding dong as well. So I'll open the floor now. Any questions up here, lads?
Matt, this will be your 5th show in a 12-month period. How's the journey been?
Stressful, challenging, but it's all worth it when you see the lads box, you know. Without those small promoters putting shows on, a lot of lads will not get out in down areas, because you get promises off a lot of the other promoters, and then they seem to fall through at last minutes, and that disrupts training camps, especially for fighters who live in the gym. You know, you can only do your fight camp once. You know, you can't keep a fighter keep going on camp after camp. You know, you're just wearing them out, and there's nothing at the end of it. So the lads get a little bit sick, you know, and rightly so. So we've seen a gap there, and that's why we've decided to start a promotion company and get these lads out so they're fighting regular. Unfortunately, like, not everybody's Olympians and come from great amateur backgrounds, you know, but they deserve a chance, and they're equally as good as anybody else as pros, you know.
And how are you doing for tickets for this one?
It was going great a few weeks ago, and then obviously you have a few people pull out, then you have to get other fighters in, and then some people blank you when you try to phone them as well. That's asked for tickets, which realistically I don't understand, but it'll still be a sellout on the night. So it'll be a full show, everybody chanting and raving and getting on, and it'll be a class night, you know, what we've got planned.
And Matt, so you're going to be headlining again, and you seem to be making a bit of a wave in boxing, and you've had a very good year, haven't you?
Yeah, trying to, mate. You know, I come from that unlicensed scene, no amateur background. There's no reason I can't win that British title. Why not? I put the work in, live the life. So bring them on.
Any plans to defend your area?
If someone steps up and wants to challenge me for it, but you know, push me into the top 15 in Britain. So I just want to push on. I want to deal with Boris, get the win, and move on to, you know, big things next year. English, British, Commonwealth, hopefully, you know.
Nathan, last time I spoke to you, you weren't supposed to be on this show, were you?
No, I wasn't, Martin. I wasn't going to be on this show because we thought, as Matty said there, we thought we were going to be on a bigger show. Hadn't been promised anything, but the wheels were in motion for another fight to take place only a week after this one, so it was going to be mid-December. So I was in camp anyway, and I ultimately said to myself, it's not on until it's on. That fight's not on until it's on. So I didn't put myself on a pedestal for that fight, even though I was itching for it. And as it transpired, it fell through. But thankfully, that's what Matt's here to do, is to get me out. And he's straight away. The lads have got us matched, and I'll be having my 6th fight, another 6-rounder next Sunday. So I cannot wait. I'm happy. I'm grateful that I'm getting out, and that's the main thing.
Now, without mentioning your opponent's name, is that fight still on for early next year?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't care. Like, honestly, I don't care. If that happens next year, it happens. I'm the fighter. Matt's my manager. Jack does the matching, and I'll box whoever. I'm not bothered. We'll push on next year to bigger things.
Andy,
Yep.
1-0. Soon to be 2-0.
Soon to be 2-0, right?
And what do you know about your opponent?
Just a big, strong, tough lad and that, come to fight, so that's all we're needing is someone to step in the ring.
And how was your pro debut? Do you enjoy it?
Aye, went quickly, like, just, we weren't done. Bit funny thinking it's actually done, So it took, like, with lockdowns, like 4 years to get out. So, eventually happened, like.
Very true. Mo, hello.
Alright, mate.
How's everything going?
Sweet, aye, Cush.
Now, you've made a bit of a buzz up here, haven't you? Like 2 fights. It's now,
Get on with it, really.
you're still beasting your pal Lewis over there in sparring?
Daily.
So, you're going to get this 3rd fight done. What's your plan for next year? Active.
Past this fight, I've got a few cakes to eat after the fight, so I'm not trying to make sure on before the interval. And then I'm
enjoying
going next year when it gets there.
Yeah. So, you're going to be enjoying Christmas then?
Oh, aye.
Fine. Jeff, I know that I've just spoken to you about some bits, but it's been nearly 3 years you've been out of the ring, and you're coming back against a tough opponent.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'd like to thank Matt and Job's promotion to give me the opportunity. It's been a long time coming, I know. It's pulling my hair off the last 3 years, to be honest, but it's good to be sat back at one of these tables. It's a bit weird, like being in front of the cameras and everything again, but I'll get the job done. Next Sunday, mate, all I know is my opponent's going home with a headache.
And then after then?
I would like a North East derby, I think, the self-proclaimed People's Champion, Joe Laws, Northern Area title, 67 kilo. Let's get it on. He said he'll fight any man, anywhere, if the Benjamins are right. So I'm hoping sure the promoters will make sure the Benjamins are right and we'll get him on.
Matt, do you like that fight? Jeff Saunders versus Joe Laws for an area?
I do, yeah. I think it'll be a great fight. 2 very aggressive lads come forward. So I think it'll be contested really, really good. Obviously, Joe boxed last night and he done well. I'd like to congratulate him on his win. He's a likeable lad, Joe. He's a nice kid. So he deserves a little bit of luck as well. So hopefully, if they're both up for that fight, hopefully we can do something with it. Speak to Phil as well, try and get that on next year for them if they both want it,
I just say, there's no going back for the video he's just posted, mate. If he doesn't take that fight, he's just going to get a plum, innit? So I'm 100% all in. He's got to be. So let's make it happen.
Robbie, pro debut for a 2nd time.
Yeah, mate, fizzing to get started. Just like to say thanks to Matt for getting us on. But I put the work in now, so I'm just ready to go Sunday.
Nice. And your opponent is Jake Osgood, somebody that Jobs is very, very familiar with.
Yep.
And what do you know about him?
I'm not really bothered, mate. I've put the work in for a good few years now, so I'm just ready to make a statement.
Nice. Danny, how you been?
Yeah, not bad, aye.
Yeah. You enjoyed the last 12 months, 5 shows?
It's been great, aye. It's fun
where we started to where we are now in a year in the North East, it's brilliant, you know. But we can only do it with these lads. Well, if I haven't got like 10 boxers like we've got, we wouldn't have no promotions company.
So this will be your 5th in 12 months. Are you going to try and top it next year?
We'll see, but I've lost all my hair, so
Hair transplant
yeah,
next year.
definitely. Hair
And the
try.
money.
Get yourself a turkey.
No, definitely. I think we've got big plans for next year. You know, they're not going to be massive, but they're going to be big. What we think are big. So yeah,
Jack, have you enjoyed it all? Matchmaking
Honestly,
everyone.
I went from doing this as a hobby to full time in February, and then they've done 5 shows. I've been lucky enough that my name's then got out there to the extent that I've worked all over the country this year. It's been a bit of a mad year. Like, I wouldn't have thought 12 months ago that I'd be sat at this table saying I've done over 50 fights I've been involved in now, and that in 12 months is crazy. And I've been involved in titles, I've been involved in shows where I think I can bring titles to these guys, and hopefully there's 2 people on this table who've just said they want big fights. Hopefully I get to be involved in trying to get those over the line as well, because I genuinely believe I believe that Jeff and Joe Law's fight can get made, and I believe Matt deserves his shot at the English title, be that Zach Shelley or somebody else, or even we'll just go on, if no one wants to fight us for the English, I believe we can go on and we'll fight for the British and do it that way. Then if you don't want to fight, you shouldn't have a license. Let's make the fights that people want to see.
You agree with that, Matt?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a job to do though. Can't be disrespectful to Boris. He's my priority. Take care of business on next Sunday.
Okay, and does anybody have tickets left
we've got a few tables left. Yeah.
to hit up all the fighters and your jobs promotions on Instagram, Twitter,
Yes. Yeah. On Facebook.
and Facebook? And that's it from me.
So, quick question. Let's go back to this event. We've been talking about maybe Joe Laws for you, Jeff, and maybe British title, next year for you, Matt. This show, last year's was an absolute topper. What's going to make this one so different this year's?
I think the fight card this year is a lot better. And last year, if you can remember, everybody was talking how good the fights were or not. I think, obviously, we've got a little bit of a mixture this year on the show. You know, we've got the experience of Jeff, who's a top talented boxer, coming onto the show. Got Matt fighting an absolutely cracking fight, over 10 rounds. Nathan's doing a 6-rounder, you know. And then we've got like other people who are just starting out, like Mo, Robbie, and Andy having their Robbie his first bout, Andy's second, and Mo his third. So it's got a good balance there. And looking on paper, some of the opponents as well, it looks like it could be a really good show for equal contests, you know. Like we said last year before the Hilton show, that we wanted proper bouts on there, because when we were speaking to all the public, when we were going along with our shows, when we were doing the homework before we start the promotion company up, we were speaking to actual punters who were at other shows, and a lot of the feedback we were getting was they were disappointed in some of the fights that they were seeing. And let's face it, these hard times, people are spending good money to come and watch people, and it's not, they don't want to rock up and see a professional fight where the bouts in the ring are absolutely terrible and the matches are way off. Hence why we've got Jack involved as a matchmaker. I told Jack the criteria, what we were looking for, and hats off to Jack and Danny, because Danny's been heavily involved on that side as well to make these matches come through for it. And I think everybody who's been along to our shows, especially the 5 we've had ourselves as well, I think people can't really argue with the quality of the boxing on them shows on the night, you know.
Jeff, you mentioned Joe Laws. this fight upcoming on the 11th of December, is there a statement that you need to make for that fight next year?
No, I don't make statements, not really no more. I'm just looking forward to getting the ring rust off, getting out there, just receiving the crowd and just getting back in that ring, you know what I mean? I'm not looking past this one next week, don't get us wrong, I'll never look past anybody. Look past somebody, mate, you'll be looking at the lights. So as long as I keep switched on, keep me boxing, stoppage comes, I'll just do me, mate. Train hard, keep sensible, box clever, fight when I want to fight, push when I want to push, and just do what I do best. Do you know what I mean? Look past nobody. If it comes, mate. I hope it does. But like I say, it'll be a good fight, no matter what, mate. But like I say, don't need to make no more statements. But like anyone, if you get them going, mate, you're gonna go for it, aren't you? So yeah.
Matt, this fight with Boris Creighton, he's got a good record for nine wins and 1 loss. Is there anything that you need to take into this fight that you think that you need to take from the camp?
Everything. Yeah, everything I've trained for, everything I've learned. Just want to take his soul, simple as that. And I'm gonna. He's tough, you know. I sparred with him this time last year, so he is a tough kid. But I feel like I've got all the attributes to beat him. You know, in boxing, my fight, how I want to win, how I want to dictate the pace. Don't get caught up in his game, whatever game plan he has. And I'm sure I'll get the victory. I really am. Very confident in myself.
Andy, I know you had an amazing amateur career and your pro debut was really good. This fight in the December show, what are you planning on doing? Are you planning on going all rounds, or are you looking to make a statement?
Just going out there and box again. Like you say, if you get someone gone, you gone for it. But didn't look for it. Just box. If you clip someone and you see them gone, then you know what to do. But don't jump too much and all. So that's when you can get caught. Just take your time, you know. If it's, you see it, you take the opportunity. Like.
Nathan, are you looking forward to this fight?
I am, mate, yes, very much so.
Yeah. Obviously, name hasn't been mentioned and stuff like that for next year. What do you want for next year for your boxing career?
Mate, like Jeff's just said there, I'm like, if you look past the fight, you'll be looking at the lights. So I'm not looking a day past the 11th of December. Next year's what'll be will be. Do you know what I mean? Whatever happens will happen. I can't control who I box, who turns up, who says yes, who says no. What I can control is how hard I train, staying consistent, staying dedicated, communicating with my coaches, and being a true professional. That's what I control. And whatever happens next year is whatever will happen. But it's about getting this fight right. I think it's going to be a career best performance from me, because I've got a day before weigh-in. I've been in camp now for 9 weeks. I'm fit as hell, and I'm mentally there, more so than I ever have been. So it's been a great camp. I've had Matt as well. Me and Matt, like, I don't think I've touched on this before, but like how close I've got with him this past year, it's mad. It's like my brother, on the phone to each other all the time, sending voice notes, having each other's life, helping each other through camp. But we're obsessed and we're different. We're very different. Do you know what I mean? And I've got this bond with everyone in Jobs. We're like a family. We're like a community. You know that. But me and Matt have been doing our sessions with John, and we're in the trenches together. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's going to be two cracking performances from me and Matt. Obviously Andy as well, and the other lads. I'm sure they're ready. It's going to be a cracking card, and we want to give everyone their money's worth. Like Matty said, people spend their hard-earned cash. We're not going in there with any opponents to knock over. These kids are coming to win, coming to upset us. In our hometown, it ain't going to happen.
And last question for Jack. This show, obviously last year you matched some of the fights last year. Has it been difficult this year matching some of the bouts?
I'll be honest. Yes, I think there's a few on this table. I think I'll say this because I think it's public knowledge. Nathan's had about 4 different opponents because people would take the fight and then something would happen, or they'd get injured, or in one case, the original fight that we were going to move over from the big show just financially and physically couldn't happen at that time. and then there's situations like that. I think Jeff's had a couple of opponents. But it's part of pro boxing. I'm learning that now. I think a year ago, if some of the things that had happened on this show had happened to me, I wouldn't have been prepared for it. I think, but now, and I think your dad deserves a lot of credit for this, is that I've had a help and support, and I can go to them and say, this has happened, what do you want me to do? And they've always given me good guidance. So I think, I think everything got matched the way I would have liked it to be, I think, pretty much.
That's all. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Anybody else got any questions?
Do you have any prospective dates for next year?
We have, but we haven't confirmed any yet. We're going to get this one out of the way on the 11th, and have a sit down with Phil, and then book some stuff in then. But we're all looking to put at least, I would say, at least 7 to 8 shows on next year between the two of them, me and Phil. So it's going to be a busy year. It's just obviously with the bigger promoters coming up, then we drop it on here like with a couple of months' notice. That they're putting a show on, not a month's notice, and if it's a following weekend after like a show we've put in, that obviously affects us on our ticket sales massively. So we've got to score a box club as well. But we'll sort all that out financially and get the right venues and right number of people to put in there. We're not going to big massive venues, and then the week before another big promoter come up and take the same venue and sell more tickets because it can, because they'll be able to put bigger people on at a drop of a hat. We're trying to look after the lads starting to go on their journeys, to hope to get them up to that level to get on these bigger shows. So let's walk before we run. You know, and that counts for everybody involved in the sport, you know. Anybody else?
That's it.
That's it. Thank you everybody for coming along. Appreciate it all. If you need any interviews, Martin, anything like that, anybody, just grab them. But same with you. Thanks everybody. Thanks for coming.